Hello and welcome to this week's Isthmian League highlights, bringing you, as always, 4 games across all 4 divisions of the Isthmian League, including 2 games with huge relegation implications.
Lewes and Brightlingsea regions have both been mired in a crowded relegation battle in the Isthmian Premier, with Brightlingsea beginning the day bottom of the league. They wouldn't end the down the bottom, however, as Jake Thompson's back post header on the stroke of half-time won the game for the visitors, lifting them above Corinthian Casuals, who lost 3-1 at Potters Bar Town. Lewes are 2 points clear of the relegation zone amidst the bottom 7 teams who are separated by only 6 points, setting up what should be a fascinating fight for survival over the final months of the season. Brentwood Town entered their game against Felixstowe and Walton coming off the back of 2 successive wins that helped them pull away from the relegation zone of the Isthmian North Division. Felixstowe and Walton, meanwhile, were only 3 points off the foot of the table, having lost their last league game to cellar dwellers Romford. The visitors took the lead on 15 minutes when Oliver Canfer cut in from the left wing, cutting a shot to the far post just beyond the reach of Brentwood keeper Tim Brown. The score remained 1-0 until the 90th minute, when Miles Powell's free kick wrapped up the 3 points, with the aid of a big deflection of a Brentwood defender. It's a key 3 points for Felixstowe, keeping Romford, who won 4-1 at Soamtown Rangers, at arm's length at the bottom of the table, although Romford have 5 games in hand. Whitehawk are in the thick of a close title race in the Isthmian South East Division and carried a 7-game unbeaten league run into Saturday's clash with bottom of the league East Grinstead Town. Considering their relative league positions, many would have expected a routine win for Whitehawk, but East Grinstead did a fine job of frustrating their host for most of the afternoon, and when Lucas Rodriguez's left-footed strike crashed against the crossbar, it looked like not being Whitehawk's day, but Rodriguez found Ahmed Abdullah at the back post to tap Whitehawk into the lead. Joint league leaders Ashford and Hastings, the 2 teams ahead of Whitehawk, both won emphatically, keeping the gap at 3 points, while East Grinstead remain rooted at the bottom of the table, 6 points adrift of safety, but with 2 games in hand to close the gap. Hanwell Town looked to keep pressure on league leaders Ware in the Isthmian South Central as they hosted a Waltham Abbey side on the fringe of the playoff race and coming off a resounding 7-3 win against Chaffel St Peter. Ogo Obi broke the deadlock for the host just after the 20-minute mark, latching onto the through ball and finishing smartly past Charlie Crowley. 3 minutes later he had his second, finding plenty of space in the box to meet the cross and double Hanwell's lead. Obi turned provider for the third 10 minutes into the second half, holding up the long ball well before setting up Gianni Critchlow with a sumptuous back heel to slot the ball home. The floodgates were opened as just after the hour mark, Joel Jacobs made it 4 with a superb free kick that looked initially like it was going over the bar before taking a sudden dip and hitting the top corner. Obi completed his hat-trick with 15 minutes remaining, finishing off a flowing team move with a nice finish at the near post. Rob Laney made it 6 with a clever finish, but it wouldn't be an exactly perfect afternoon for Hanwell, as Billy Holland grabbed a consolation for Waltham Abbey in the 90th minute. Ware's 2-1 win at Northwood means Hanwell remains second, but with a game in hand. Waltham Abbey meanwhile dropped to 7th, but are still within reach of the playoff places.
Thanks for watching this week's Isthmian League highlights. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and check out the links in the description below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.